What's up guys, I'm Nick, and this is Build Dad Build. Now with 10% more gluten, because gluten is delicious. So on this episode, we're gonna build a bar cart. I want to incorporate some iron pipe into this build. I want it to have kind of a vintage industrial look. And so naturally I go to the Home Depot to pick out my iron pipe, and there's a couple of connectors and several pipes I can't find. I go next door to the Lowe's, because that's right, the Lowe's is right next to the Home Depot here, and they don't have them either. So I had to go to the Amazons. But I did get all my wood and some of the pipe. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna clean the pipe with mineral spirits. I'll put a list of all the items used in the description down below. Alright, so in this kind of project, you're kind of governed by the length of the pipe, unless you want to go someplace and have them cut pipe to specific lengths, which is a huge pain in the butt. So in this case, the cart was originally supposed to be 36 inches long, but a 36-inch pipe would make that even longer because you've got your elbows and everything else. So we went with 24 inches, and then we're going to use the surround to decide how much extra we want to have around it. So these are not the actual pieces. I'm waiting on some 4 junctions for these, but it gives us an idea of where the floor flanges are going to sit. So I'm going to set this on here, and my suggestion is before you get all your pipe on there, do not go to final dimension on any of your lumber. Just go ahead and do kind of a rough cut and then go from there. So I want this to have about 1 inch of overhang on either side. So I'm going to come to here. So right now we're looking at 32 inches. That's right under 32. Let's go ahead and just do 32. Make it life a little bit easier. But see, just like that, our bar cart is now 32 inches long. And we'll probably cut it down to something more like 31, right? So now we need to cut 6 of these to make our, whoa, magic. Well, I'm just gonna leave it like that then. Look at that. So now we're gonna cut 6 of these up, glue 2 sets of 3 together to make our 2 levels of the bar cart. Since this isn't gonna be my final dimension anyway, I literally just cut 1, and now I'm gonna reference on that. I'm gonna put it up to the blade and cut it there. Cool? Cool. Guys, you gotta remind me about my RZ mask. We don't want to anger the warp gods, because when I get done with those, I'm gonna take those and I'm gonna go put them in my 16-inch planer. Oh wait, I don't have a 16-inch planer. I'm the 16-inch planer. That reminds me guys, if you like what I'm doing here, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I would like to continue doing this full time, but unfortunately right now, what I'm making through AdSense and merchandise and things like that is pretty much just paying for my materials. And if you really like this video, hit the like button. But also, if you really like this video, share it with a friend. Share it with a friend, that's all I ask you to do. Because sharing it with a friend tells YouTube that it's a good video, and it will start circulating more. I get more views, with more views, we bring in more AdSense, and with more AdSense, I get more materials, and with more materials, you guys get more videos. And now I realize I think I woke him up. Shit. And one more thing. I've been thinking about starting a Patreon page. I kind of go back and forth on it. Definitely the extra income would help me with materials and getting a couple extra tools, like a 16-inch planer, so I don't have to do that. I wish. But I'm trying to come up with an idea for things that would be of value to Patreons such as yourselves if you did decide to donate. If you wouldn't mind, let me know in the comments down below. 1, would you be interested in a Patreon page at all? 2, is there anything of value that I could provide you as a patron? Cool, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm wasting a ton of your time. Just know that the reason I'm wasting your time is because I'm waiting for glue to dry, and that sucks. All right guys, thank you, I love you. While this dries, I'm gonna go for a run. All right guys, we got the panels glued up. and sanded down. I didn't record me sanding because sanding is boring. But I will tell you this, never say this in the shop. I will definitely have that done by today. Insert blank for that. Because the shop gods do not like overconfidence, and they will do something like catch your belt sander on fire. Which is just what happened. So right now, let me show you my old belt sander. Old belt sander. It's sitting there and holding some wood down in a trough of water. Why, you say? Because it was on fire. I was just sanding along, minding my own business, started smelling something burning, and it just caught on fire. It's old, no big deal. But not having a backup belt sander made me have to stop everything I was doing and go buy this. So guess who got a new belt sander? Woo, yay, sanders. Okay, so now that we have our panel sanded down, and I did receive the rest of the iron pipe fittings, pro tip, man, order that stuff on Amazon. I think it's a lot cheaper. Actually, I know it's a lot cheaper. And they sell in bulk, so if you need like 4 of something, you can buy a 4-pack and it's even cheaper. Just saying. Anyway, I got the pieces I needed, so now what we want to do is, before we decide our final dimensions of the 2 panels, I'm going to assemble the iron pipe structure and get an idea of where that's going to sit on here, and from there we will make our decisions on where we're going to cut. Now that we've got this part assembled, we want to just measure both ends here. We're looking at 2 1/4 and like right at 2. So we just need to take a little off the ends. I'm thinking we're talking 32 inches. We'll probably take it down to 31 inches total. And that should be totally good, right? Alright, so we have some ghetto jankiness going on here, because it's not janky if it's not ghetto janky. I have just set the wood frame in the back, right here, and then I've set the top piece of the bar cart on top, and I'm checking it for level. We're looking good enough, and the reason I say good enough is because once we start to screw this thing in, it may shift a little bit, and at that point we can always adjust our floor flanges. And I realize it's all wonky on there, it's no big deal right now. So I've sanded our box. Hey there, how you doing? Box, I'm inside it. No, I'm not. And now what we're gonna do is we're going to split it. We're gonna do kind of a picture frame dealie, and then from there we're gonna cut in from the corners. I don't like it. It's been bothering me all weekend. I originally wanted it to be like the symmetrical kind of webbed out thing. Well, there's one big issue, and that's that this was intentional. This piece comes in to here and comes out here. So this piece comes in contact with this comes out here, and that was to kind of make a continuous line straight through here, as opposed to coming to like kind of a pie shape in the corners. And that was intentional. What was not intentional is that this actually goes like this. So if you do it like this, now you're asymmetrical, but not in a like good way. It looks like a mistake, because it is. But then I realized that that's not the problem. The problem is I don't like this window looking design. It's too not me. I don't know how else to explain it. What I want to see is a corner spider web. So I want to see two pieces that come out like this and the curvy pieces that go in between them, like if you saw a web in a corner. Alright guys, so in order to try to beef these up, I tried to laminate another piece to them. It's just not working for me. Some of them laminated, some of them completely didn't glue at all. I think I popped one off and it just came off my hand. I think that one was still a little wet when it went on, and that might have had something to do with the glue. I'm not sure, but it's just not. It's not working for me. It's not doing what I want it to do. So I think what we're gonna have to do is scrap the bent wood portion of this, and I'm just gonna run some actual pieces in here, and then we're gonna carve them out to have that curve in them. Okay, I figured out what was missing. I've been carving on this thing all day long, cutting different shapes and everything, and nothing's been working. Organic shapes. This is what we need. These nice curves on both sides. Yes. Okay, so we finally made it to assembly. The easiest way to assemble something like this is to assemble it upside down. What's up guys? How we doing? Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. So what do you think? I didn't burn anything. And that's not exactly true. I did burn something, it just didn't make its way into the video. I had originally carved kind of an oversized spider, if you will, that was gonna hang off of one side. And as I was working on that, after I had the bar card assembled and everything, it fell off the workbench and it broke into several pieces. Oh. So I was working on the spider and it exploded on me. So I did really burn something for this project that just didn't actually happen to make its way in. I know there's going to be a question on why I didn't burn the spiderweb insert. It's dealing with two different kinds of wood, and I wanted to make sure that the surround of the oak wasn't burnt, but there was no way for me to assemble that, burn it, and then put it in without having to scorch the oak too. So I went with an ebony stain instead. It turned out pretty well. The ebony stain kind of looked like a little iffy until I hit it with a simple finish, and then that really kind of brought it out a little bit more. All in all, I'm really happy with it. I did have some problems with the spiderweb and just getting that concept right, and that's just one of those things that sometimes you got it in your head, but it's just hard to get out. And so there was actually 2 more iterations of curvy business that I put in there that I just made the video too long and it wasn't really necessary to put in there. But don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to, you know, cut a couple of pieces and see if they work. And guys, I already said my piece earlier on in the video, but like I said, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like it and share it if that's your thing. Anyway guys, I don't want to take any more of your time except for maybe a little cheers. Cheersies, Twinkies. But guys, thanks for coming along for the ride. And until next time, I still need an outro. Now let's get to work.